Alright. So, I remember telling everybody I was doing a 351 Windsor build. Well, here's the parts breakdown of what I did. Here's the heads, Flowtech 185s. The cam, Edelbrock cam. And then just miscellaneous parts all the way down from studs to just everything. Oh no, that's not the cam. This is the cam here. Right here. 2221 Edelbrock. It's a 347 cam. 302 firing order. So I made my truck a 357 stroker by doing 30 over pistons, rod bearings, oil pump, spark plugs, push rods, 3,200 in parts. Not bad. And then you got the MSD, and then you got the Holly with a parts kit for another $200. I've been tuning this thing, which I'm blown away that this 750 was so lean bogged. It's unreal when you hit the throttle, but it is so rich in the idle. I'm just baffled by this carburetor, but I'm getting it to where it's feeding enough fuel to where I can even start it and idle it with the throttle, right? Idle up past the idle circuit. It just didn't have enough. I had to go all the way to the biggest cam for the accelerator pump and go to the largest squirters for the 30cc pump that feeds the carburetor, whatever that accelerator pump. And so now I'm probably going to have to go to a 50cc accelerator pump and the cam for the 50cc to get it just right for this motor for takeoff. And then Speedmaster's intake, high torque starter. So, I mean, you could take a motor to a machinist and have them build it, and they'll charge you like $6,500 to $7,000, and you still got the stock heads. They'll do all that, and, then you're still in the stock heads. These heads are amazing for the money. They flow really good. I think this thing runs really good. This is the first big V8 I've ever put together. It's got the headers. I mean, I'm like $6,000 into the exhaust, everything that you see, right? No, I wouldn't even say that. If you added up I'm under $6,000 in building this entire setup in the truck running. If you were to take this motor and have it machined, you'd have been more than that. I mean, I had the motor bored and done and stuff like that, but if they would have put it together for me is what I mean. Aftermarket this and that, whatever. I haven't started it today, but it's got the box. I really like that box. Just warm her up. The one thing I hate about this MSD Ultra box deal, sometimes you have to download it to get back. Because like right now I'm sitting here trying to connect to it, and I have to uninstall it. Uninstall it and then install it again so I can connect to it. Anyways, we'll start my truck while it's connecting. Oop. And see, before, with the cam, the wrong cam and the wrong nozzles, this thing wouldn't even start and run like this. It would just blow, choke out, wouldn't run, or any of that kind of stuff. So we're gonna go for a cruise, go fill her up. You know, I'm not the best engine builder in the world. I've only built, this is my first V8. I've done some 4-cylinder Toyotas in the past, and I've helped with some other builds. Like I was taking the breather off of one of my motors one time, and it sucked the damn bolt down into the carburetor, and anyways, it didn't like that and sat on top of one of the pistons. So we had to tear it apart and put it back together, and that was the really only experience I had with taking a Ford V8 apart. So if it doesn't run perfect at an idle yet, I'm still trying to tune that out. But I think it just runs rough at an idle with the cam that it is. It's like a 520 lift. The heads are incapable of 550. They got the 1.6 rockers on it, so it like puts them right at just under, like somewhere in the mid 540 something lift. But it's at 50.50 duration. The cam is a 227 intake and 234 exhaust at 50. So it's not a big cam, but it's supposed to be with the Edelbrock heads and intake and all that stuff for a 302, a 200 or 390 horse setup. And so I figured with my setup that's a little bit more breathing heads and bigger stroke, probably like 425, maybe 450 with the headers and exhaust and all that shit. Okay, here we go. I gotta let it go through its choke setup. So I went and put a marine carburetor on this truck because, you know, we're gonna be driving it off-road a lot, and I wanted this thing to be able to drive off-road, bounce, take jarring darts back and forth, and the big-ass carburetor handle it, right? Because I've had a lot of street carburetors that as soon as you hit the off-road, they just look. That's nothing. That's like $3,000. She ain't even warm yet. You know, this whole YouTube stuff, I'm not so great at it, folks, but sorry I didn't go through the whole build process with you. It's been a long few months of dealing with stressful personal issues with family and things like that. And I would just go out and tinker on it when I had the time. That's that right on and off throttle. She still has a little bit of a hesitation. She just wants to fucking go. Yeah. So, been a little bit of break from the fishing stuff, and anyway, so a lot of you that follow me probably know where I'm at. Oh, we got a rattle trap next to us. God, those trucks are rattle traps. I've had to these Howard's roller rockers, I've had to readjust a few times, and I think I finally got it. Maybe like a 3/4 turn, not a half a turn like all the internet gurus say. That exhaust has a certain note to it that I've never had. So it's dual headers, right? It's headers, dual exhaust, wrapped down to passenger side frame rail to a Flowmaster. I believe it's a Series 50 or 55. Excuse me, I can't quite remember, but it's a dual inlet, single outlet 3-inch, but it's a dual inlet 2.5. So each of the duals are 2.5 going in, and it's just 3-inch dumping out the side, which I think I might upsize to 4 to get a little bit more of a hollow tone to it. I don't know. You tell me what you guys think. It just sounds with the dual like that into one, to me it sounds like almost like I got glass pads, you know? Let's see which side this guy goes to. He should go passenger side. Yeah, looks like he's going passenger. Don't rush. I'm not rushing you, bud. Nice boat. Oh, it's the gas pump. Where's their... I was like, what's that noise? They're doing propane over there.
Well, yeah, I got a good diesel lane gas, and I was hoping that would reach over, because it's not going to do that.
No, of course not.
Of course, the tank on the boat's on the opposite.
Of course, right? Every single one.
I'll be out of your way shortly.
Oh, you're fine. It'll take us a minute to get up there, and we'll fill that, and then I'm just going to fill out, clean it out.
Right?
We'll do the other side.
It's a little bit tricky.
Yeah, but thank you.
Holler if you need
We're trying to go to your place out there.
Yeah.
But they want us to run it.
Yeah, their credit card machines are down.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been down for like, they sent out information to fix it. But he didn't know how. And I'm like, why did you agree to go? That's the second time. I called someone and said my diesel pump was down. He came out and said, well, I'm not the one who fixes them, but they sent me. And I'm like,
So why
and guess what? He couldn't fix it because he isn't the one that fixes it. I'm like, I don't understand, but it's fine.
I don't get it either.
So now it'll be another week till they get those pumps.
Well, that's why they're still shut. Except that, well, they're shut. It's been a week. Okay, that's going to be
They did that to us. We had to come 1 through 4 down for almost a month because they kept sending out a technician, couldn't do anything. Sent out the same technician, couldn't do anything. Sat here for 5 hours trying to do it. The third time, they're like, we're sending our second best technician. He did only 20 minutes. What the other guy spent 10 hours trying to do. I'm like, we're getting him every time now.
Yeah.
I need his name.
I want George.
Right? How are you doing over here, sir? Everything going okay? All right. Holler if you need anything.
All right, there we go. You tell me. You think?
Nice truck. What year is it?
84.
84.
Yes, sir. I've been fixing her up.
Good job.
Thank you. So stock, everyone's probably wondering, stock bottom in. Stock bottom in, 30 over pistons, stock rods, Hypertech pistons. So it's basically like they say a 357 stroker. I don't know, 357 because it's bored over. I don't know if it's a stroker, but being that it's a 302 firing order, I don't know what they call that. Fucking monster of things. Excuse my language. Excuse me. Probably edit that out, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you would call it. It's a 351 Windsor, bored 30 over. It's got 302 firing order cam. The heads are 185cc Flotex with 64cc exhaust, 62cc chamber. Come on, buddy. This person not paying attention, or oh, they're full of something. We're gonna head out to the Steelhead Club. I don't need my truck washed by a bunch of high school kids. No way. This light right here is about impossible to get through on a green light like this. Turned into quite the truck, I'll tell you. I'd like to take it to a dyno and see. She's running 33s, and if I fill the rear gas tank completely full, it keeps it just from spinning the tires when I don't want it to. I could dump it and it'll just roast these 33s. And it's got posi, so it'll just smoke both 33s. I've never owned a vehicle that would smoke 33s like this thing did. Got that watcha, don't it? Oh, I'll let you guys go. Out cruising around on a Sunday, guys. I know this ain't a very cool video, but it shows the capability of what the truck has become. It's pretty fun to drive with a 3-speed. I wonder what it'd be like with an auto. It just cruise. Third gear doing 35 miles an hour right now. And just plugging along, you know? It's only a 3-speed. Granny low 4. First gear, if I hold her to the floor, I'm pulling 6,300 RPMs, just under 40 miles an hour. second gear, I haven't yet held it open long enough to do the same RPMs. I'm shifting around like 5,500 RPMs in second. And I'm doing like 75. So I'm pretty sure this thing will shift out of second gear in the 80s, in the 6,000 something RPM range. I think it has 355s, not 350 gear ratio, but they're 33s, and so it will just stretch it out there, you know. I'm gonna put some smaller tires on it, like 31s in the rear, 30s in the front, or 30s inch tires, something like that, and see what the difference is. I think it would be fun to take this thing to a drag strip once, you know, just to see. That made that guy move faster. He was only doing like 50, now he's doing 55. Yeah, you would think Air 84, huh? Bullnose 84. This was like the truck that when I was growing up, everybody like, yeah, no, yeah, I think it's ugly. This thing has the same running gear, except for the front end. It has a 79 Ford F-150. It's got 351 Windsor, granular 4-speed, 9-inch in the rear. No smog, desmogged 351, obviously. Just farm truck. That's that right there on and off throttle. You know what I mean? Like it seems when I'm driving it to have, it doesn't have that stumble as bad, but when I'm sitting still and I wick the throttle, I feel that stumble still. But like when I'm out, I'm already on the throttle. You know what I mean? Like I'm not dead stop taking off, right?
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, maybe I don't need to go to that 50cc accelerator pump. You guys tell me, the pros out there. Should I stay with the 30cc accelerator pump, the biggest cam that goes for it, and I got 30, the factory was 0.025 fuel throwers, and I went to 0.32 or 0.35, and it just came to life in the bottom end. And like when it's cold and I go to start it, it just feels like I have enough fuel when I'm barely touching the throttle to give it that 1500 RPM warm up. Because like this carburetor, again, yes, it has electronic choke on it, but it's a timed electronic choke. It's not a heat electronic choke or whatever those other ones are, or a mechanical where you can like hit it and it'll step itself down and bring itself up. You have to raise the throttle because it's a boat carburetor, right? Like on boats, you push the key in and it goes whoa, 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 turns on, right, with the choke. Or you have a little lever next to your throttle that you can lift and raise your RPMs small amount, 500,000 RPMs, right? That's what this carburetor is set up for, is that lever that you rise to raise it up manually to like 1,000, 1,500 RPMs. And then the choke times itself and turns itself off. I did that for a reason. I want control of it. I don't want to have to wait for a heat, whatever. I want to be able to, when I feel like taking off, I'm going to take off on it, you know? Some guys say you don't even need chokes on these bigger horsepower motors. One person I want's attention on this video is that Neo guy who does the Mustangs and 500 horsepower builds. What's your opinion on my build? Did I do a good job? Pretty ripping, roaring, snorting for a stock bottom man, I'll tell you. I'm gonna go up here and I'll do a little pull. I just don't want to be around anybody. Open today, Coho. Anyways, I was trying not to spin out when I took off, so I think I launched just right. If I had 31s or 30s, I'm pretty sure I'd smoke them every time I take off on this thing. I didn't watch it. Because I didn't full throttle it till I was going. Shit, there ain't nobody here. Club. Oh, here comes someone loading up. Probably this guy, right? The only one in the parking lot. Well, anyways, that's probably I'll bore you all with today. This is the Steelhead Club, part of the group that I'm a part of, and probably one of the best group of people to be around. Have a great day, folks. Ooh, there's the river. There's some people out there. Pretty good looking. Hope you all have a great Sunday.